here we are again looking at AMC. It's been a few days since we did look at AMC and we've seen nothing but red. This is something which we could have all anticipated when we look at AMC, because you guys will remember from our last video as well as our article from only yesterday on AMC stock, we basically spoke about the fact that yes, AMC is going down and we cannot assume that this could happen more and more in the future as the hedge funds are trying to get people to sell. But we're covering how the price has been moving in the past 5 days or so in this video, and of course giving some of my thoughts and opinions and giving you a little bit of an update on what is going on based on my opinion as well. Now, as I mentioned, this is nothing more than my opinion, so it is definitely not financial advice, but if you may enjoy it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe as well. You can join us over on Twitter at N2SFinance, you can join us on Patreon, link to that is in the description, and you can join us on our website called Markets Daily. Like I said, we actually did post very recently a new article on AMC. I definitely think it is worth a read. So now let's have a look at what has been happening with AMC stock most recently, and some things which we should pay attention to. So first things first, when we go over to Twitter, we can see from Matt Course 5 hours ago, JP Morgan warns hedge funds to expect intraday margin calls. And again, this is an article that was published, just a while ago. I think this really is a bit of a testament to where we are right now in the world. Hedge funds can be expecting margin calls at any time, and it definitely could happen going forwards. We already know how big an amount of trouble they're in with AMC overall, and things like this just shows, that we do have a lot of power. I think it's things like this we're seeing more and more rules come into effect like this from regulatory bodies as well. I think this is all a good indication of how much power we do have. And I know that the price of AMC certainly is down in the past month, and don't get me wrong, to people looking from the outside in, this probably looks like a terrible stock to buy. It's a movie company where the price is $39 and it has done nothing but fall from the all-time high, and that looks like it could continue. But we are not seeing a regular stock pattern, we are not seeing a regular investment pattern. People who are investing in AMC are not here from a fundamental standpoint. I mean, some of them are to an extent, but really people are here for the short squeeze. And again, this definitely could happen going forwards. And I've heard loads of different FUD messages today on different forums saying things like the movement is dying out. Well, I do not believe that is the case. Again, not financial advice, just my personal opinion, but I think we are definitely seeing some very heavy manipulation on this stock, because we are seeing a lot more people buying than I believe are selling. I think, we are seeing some really unnatural movement in the stock's price most recently. Now, this is something which most people already know by now. This is nothing really quite new, but I just think it is something that we should keep in the forefront of our minds going forwards, because AMC is not really like any other stock on the market right now. I mean, arguably it is ever so slightly like GME, but in comparison to a lot of these other quote-unquote short squeeze stocks which people are pushing at the minute, this is not like those. This has a lot more potential to squeeze, in my personal opinion. And we are seeing different things which are hinting to that as time does go on, whether it's JP Morgan saying that margin calls could happen at any time from new rules coming into effect. I think we really are in a prime setup now for a potential short squeeze. And as you guys will know as well, if a market crash does happen, that could definitely put a lot more attention onto AMC and GME, and that really could be the factor which sends them flying into the sky. And again, it doesn't matter whether that happens, it doesn't matter whether it squeezes tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. This could take a very long time, or it could happen quite quickly. Overall, it does not matter though, because one thing that we do know is that this is going to be a major event, so I am not too worried about how long it takes as long as it does happen. And I think, again, whilst it cannot be guaranteed, shorts must cover at some point. I think there is definitely a good chance of this one having a short squeeze. But let's have a look at what the charts are saying, starting off on the 1-day chart. So when we start off on the 1 day, we can see so far the RSI for this stock is sat at about 59, which is really not too bad. 59 is quite neutral, and again, it is seeing a bit of a push up after that push up in price, as you would expect. But yeah, it went to overbought for ever so slightly small amount of time. It went up there for a few seconds, and then it came back down. So yeah, we came back down from overbought, and now we are coming back into the more reasonable level at around 59. You guys will remember that about 50 is neutral, so 59 really is not that bad. And on the 1 day, we can see we are still above that moving average. The moving average is 39.9, and today's actual price is at 39.42, which isn't too bad. The past 5 days for the stock is showing again a downtrend. As I mentioned, we are seeing a moving average figure ever so slightly higher than where we are right now. And again, that is due to the fact that we have seen such a downtrend most recently. We've seen a RSI figure at 57. If we move out to the past month, we can see a bit more of a clear picture. Like I said, that downtrend, we have the moving average finally catching up. It's sat at about 36.77, and the actual share price is at 39.68, so not too bad. And we can see the RSI down here is at 41 on the 1 month. So yes, it's pretty neutral, but it is ever so slightly to the oversold side on the 1 month, and we have seen that bearish MACD trend, as you would expect, with the share price continuing to drop. Now here is when things get interesting, in my opinion. I think we can look at the charts all day, we can look at the facts all day, it doesn't really matter in this instant, in my personal opinion. And that is due to the fact that we are in such a unique position. We have a position where shorts thought this stock was going to go to zero, they shorted and shorted and shorted, and actually all that happened is that the price went up. And again, there is no fee for holding this stock, but there is a fee for shorting it. It may not be very high at the moment, but I think it is important to remember that there is only a finite amount of time that shorts can hold their positions before they are forced to cover, in my personal opinion. They will not have infinite money, they will need to cover at some point, and that is my personal belief, and that is why I personally do continue to hold AMC stock. I see the potential in this one having a squeeze, and I know that many people on the internet, especially on forums, are trying to convince people with FUD that this movement is over. This movement is certainly not over, and if anything, apes have got more strong. More and more people are buying the stock, so the fact that we have seen the price drop, it doesn't really matter in my opinion. We have seen so much trading on the dark pools. I think this is kind of an artificial price, and I know a lot of people always mention this, the price on AMC isn't real. I do agree with that to an extent. I think that is what we are seeing right now. We've seen a price which is way lower than the stock should be. I think it is only going to be a matter of time before the stock price does catch up. Thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen you will be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously it is split into multiple sections. Basically at the top we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs and other hot stocks including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well, and we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching, see you soon.